Hey, what's going on, guys? Team ETB here. We got myself, Connor, along with Francesco and Steven, and we're just
Yellow, yeah.
gonna we're just gonna go through the battle scroll that just dropped today for Age of Sigmar, and we're gonna go over all the rules and changes and some of the points as well. So we'll just get it started with. We're gonna skip over some of like the more meaningless stuff, but we all kind of thought that this was a pretty big, like not
First thing to
change,
came
but
up.
like yeah. So random characteristics, you now roll first, and then what is it? You get to
You could decide after you see the
yeah, you
results.
have to decide after. So that is actually pretty sweet, especially for things mainly Skaven, like Stephen was
Yeah,
saying.
I'm not sure what other armies have random, but I'm sure there's a couple.
All right, we
But
can keep scrolling down then.
maybe Doom Wheels would be good now.
Nope, nope. We'll
So
ignore that.
this is the
That's the
obscuring.
obscuring rule changing. So that no war machines no longer benefit.
So who's that really going to impact? Because I know
Uh,
I'm a part of the Gits Reddit right now, and people are freaking out because of Doom Divers can't hide in that
mhm.
anymore. Wheelers can't hide in there anymore.
It's
So
actually a
Wheeler,
significant.
even
It's
think
a
about Wheeler.
significant amount.
Yeah,
Glutos was a pretty big one. He can no longer hide. The new Hellsmiths war
so
machines can't hide.
the
Oh,
bells as well, like Skaven Bell.
Yep, the
Like
bells, and then a
that's
really
brutal.
big one is obviously Daughters of Cain. The both the cauldron
Cauldron.
and the shrine can no longer hide.
yeah, that's huge. That is
But
huge.
I don't know. We will see how
Like
significant that is because
it's not
I
like
don't
a
know if
full ton
shooting.
of shooting, and it also kind of nerfs shooting at the same time, I guess, because
Yeah,
you
exactly.
can't
Yeah. So
take
we'll
cannons.
see. A pretty big thing that they pointed out was that because I've done this a million times as a KO player, when you use a place of power to get a
Uh,
banish, it obviously has to be a banish or an unbind, but you can no longer use magical intervention to do a banish.
that's what it is like that.
Oh,
Yeah, which is super weird. I don't know why they like phrase it like that, but kind of annoying in my opinion. It is what it
yeah,
is.
If you're like
that's also a
not taking a
huge deal.
wizard.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, if you have a wizard, then it's whatever. You just pay the CP, but like I don't know. There's a lot of times where I would just like pay the CP in my opponent's turn, just like if I wasn't gonna unbind any of their spells because I was out of range or whatever, or if I just really wanted a manifestation gone. It was nice to be able to do that during both turns, especially
Mhm.
Yeah,
things like the Ideneth, the big manifestation, or Kronspine. Not that you see that ever, but this is the Keeper of Secrets. This is a very big change, which it seems like it's happening to a lot of armies, like Seraphon as well. But the summoning for the Locus of Slaanesh used to be from the Keeper on a 4-up. It could return a unit of demons during, I believe it was your hero phase. Now it's just straight up 1 CP. And then
Yeah,
yeah.
also the manifestations got changed, which this also seems like it's a universal thing. If you have a movement value, wholly within 12, 9 inches away. If you don't have a movement value on your manifestation, wholly within 18 of the caster, 3 inches from enemy units.
oh wow. So does that affect like
Yeah, so I think
shackles
if
as well?
they make that universal, it's actually kind of cool.
You think that's better? Like, because
I
shackles,
do.
like,
I think I like when things are all the same army wide, when they have universal things like that. I love
mhm.
universal abilities and just so if you're like swapping between armies, you're not just like, okay, what are the ranges on all these spells? Like Sylvaneth was really brutal for that. All their manifestations were kind of random. So I it's a nice change. I like it. Up next, the Lord of Afflictions. We had that going for a whole 3 weeks in the Ontario meta, and that is now gone. The Lord of Afflictions mortal wound ability is once per turn army.
So it just killed that
Yeah,
army.
it's kind
Yeah,
of
it's
crazy how quick it came and it went. It feels like not even a month ago, it just kind of popped up, like tore apart some tournaments, and then immediately got nerfed. I mean, thank God it was a big issue, but
yeah, it's just weird, right? Like they have the battle tome coming out in January, so I thought for sure they'd just be like, let them have their
Wait,
fun with the Lord of Afflictions. But I heard someone say in the Team Canada chat that it was because the the war scroll for them is going to stay the same going into the next tome, so they just wanted to just errata it right away.
get
that
people
makes
ready for
sense.
it.
Yeah.
Or more
For any of this
people.
is your kind of thing, I don't actually know what the Sun Blood Pact does, but one of their abilities was
Ooh.
changed to once per turn army. Is that
Yeah,
really
so that
that relevant?
was okay, so it's the D3 mortals that it can do. It's good, but not many people were running more than one. Like I feel like
Hmm.
if we saw a list that was running more than one Sunblood, it was kind of news because it was strange. I think most
Okay.
people were running one unit anyway, as people started to figure out what it did. I don't
Hmm.
think it's too crazy. I don't think that's super impactful. What I do think is super impactful, same with what Slanesh got, was the celestial reinforcements with the Slan. It's actually reliable now,
Yes.
changing from a 4 up to just a CP. Don't get me wrong; it's more resource management, but at least now it's reliable.
I would much
Yeah,
rather guarantee
Oh my God,
than the
100%.
yeah,
And like
Did
another thing
Alario get
about
that? No way, right?
no.
Okay.
My God, that's a
no,
different ability entirely.
Yeah.
yeah,
um, but I think it's much bigger for Seraphon than it is for Slaanesh because Slaanesh, I have to take a keeper. You don't really see keepers nowadays that often, and on top of that, it's only demon units, which are like on the lesser end of the meta for Slaanesh right now. You typically see invaders with a lot of the humans, but this is a Slan that gets this, who is like that's your caster if you're not taking Croak, and he can just
yeah,
summon any of your units. Like this is a pretty big change for Seraphon.
yeah. It's huge. I actually think that change will hopefully uh, pop Seraphon up a couple pegs. They
I
really needed
definitely
that
think so.
consistency.
Honestly,
Yeah,
just those units and that you can bring back are pretty
Yeah,
big.
some respawns.
These Sylvaneth changes are just what I had mentioned before with the Slanesh. It's the
Okay.
manifestations getting updated. Holy within 18, 3 away from enemies for the non-movement on that hive. And then both the Skull Root and the Glade Worm are holy within 12, 9 away from enemy units because they both have movement characteristics. Oh, this is actually pretty relevant. When I played Sylvaneth, I would, whenever I summoned a Woods, I would definitely put it under my units. But if you summon an Awakened Wildwood, you cannot have any part of your models like touching the Wildwood.
Oh
So like,
yeah.
you have to summon
That's
around your units essentially.
when I versed the Sylvaneth player, he was saying that. But it was kind of not errata, so it was like whatever you agree on, I guess.
Yeah,
that makes
yeah,
sense. Yeah, that's a
interesting.
good change.
It is, yeah. It just makes it like it's quicker, right?
Blockable.
That eats up a lot of time trying to do something like that.
Yeah, I guess it's more just a clarification, but it's good to have it in writing.
This is a huge change. Oh my god! Thank God, I am so happy for this.
A
In
lot of
that
people like the
leaves and
fanatics. They
stars.
were
Oh my
obviously
god.
super good, but
Yeah. So what we're looking at right now is the Gloom Spike gets errata, and the Spore Splat of Fanatics. They move at the end of every turn, which is a very good ability. They can move into combat, but the oppressive thing about it was that they used to be able to be brought back for a CP with the Loon Shrine, and then you'd immediately move them. So you can no longer do it if this unit has been placed, like if they've
yeah,
been set
you can't
up.
like
So
block
then
your
that is
opponent next
Yeah.
turn.
yes, so nice. Big changes for the Blades of Corn. The Blood Drenched ability. Before it was something like if half of the units on the battlefield had died, which is honestly just a lot of bookkeeping. You got to count up total units at the beginning of the game, and then you're keeping track of that through the entire game. So I think GW just realized that's just far too much bookkeeping. So they changed it to every time you use a Blood Tithe ability, one unit just gets it.
But yeah,
Wow.
but also by the time that would have kicked in before, it really was like at the very end of the game. Like by the time half of the units are dead on the table, I think it was really bad for tempo. I know a lot of porn players didn't find it super impactful. So now at least juicing up one unit here, like one at a time, I think it front loads their tempo a lot more, which is really
100%,
really
yeah.
nice for them.
And they're all
Especially
good
because
abilities. Like
yeah, exactly. You're just trying to use those blood tithe abilities every single turn. So just getting like that blood tithe ability and then other added bonus on a unit, like can't all out defense. I don't care about that. I'm just full sending this one unit of little idiots.
Yeah, murder all the time. Blood for the
Yep.
blood god or something, right?
The Bloodmaster, Herald of Corn. What is this? Add one to hit rolls for combat attacks. Oh, this is his fight in sequence. He now gives +1 to hit when he fights in sequence. The little foot hero, the Bloodmaster.
Okay.
So that's
That's
quite
fine.
nice.
It's nice, but I don't think
Um,
it's that crazy.
yeah, it's just nice. Before it was just fight in sequence, right? So now it's like you have this priest who actually fights decent, and then he's also just in line with all those other fight in sequence, like the order and death units that were giving that bonus. It was nice to see them get that. The Army of Renown, Baleful Lords. What a change. It's still just kind of like a casino mini game that you're playing at this point, but at least it's like slightly more reliable instead of it just never, like literally never coming up. Now it's you roll a number of dice equal to the current battle round, and you add the number of units, friendly and enemy, that have been destroyed this battle. And if the roll exceed, or if 8 or more rolls exceed 3+, you get a replacement Bloodthirster.
That's so good. Okay, so
Yes.
what was it before? Because I've played into this, but it kind of went in one ear, out the other. Why was it so bad before?
Honestly, I can't even remember what it was because it was such an irrelevant rule. It was
Well,
you had
per game, wasn't it? Or
what?
wasn't it just like once per game, or no? Am I just
It is still once per game.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Once per turn army.
yeah, like you get to attempt at it, but is it
Oh,
once
okay.
per turn?
Are you sure?
Oh no, that's you're reading the Blood Drenched, the once per turn army thing. That's Blood Drenched, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, before the Baleful Lords thing was just like, oh god, so awful.
A lot of buffs to Khorne. Anything?
I don't actually know why they changed that for the throne. I can't really remember because the throne's ability is if it has a steward, you get to move a unit that was set up that turn. So I don't know why it says unit that is not in combat, but who knows?
Is the change to it being non-hero?
Oh, maybe. Steven, you missed the gits up there.
Oh, the gits here.
Oh god,
yeah, so
right?
that is quite a big change as well. It's the Sunsteel wheels. They before could just do a move every single turn. Now, in order to do that move and trigger those mortals, they have to be in combat.
Yeah, okay, that's quite the change.
Still very good.
You'll just have to be more aggressive.
Yes, and I still think you'll see one
that they live.
Oh yeah, I mean
they're such a wound dense unit, like 6 wounds a model, 4-up save,
and they're only like 120. Like they're pretty cheap.
They went up as well. I believe they're 130 now for 2.
Oh, okay,
but still, I think you're still going to see them.
I think so. I think it just changes the way that they play. I think people before were using them for a lot of like move blocking kind of
just
tactic crazy man.
Yeah, way too oppressive.
Yeah.
These aren't relevant, these questions. It was more just like, the Hellsmith. Not that much change on the Hellsmiths besides the fact that the Dominator engines can no longer be obscured. So you will no longer see Dominator engines with Hellsmiths, pretty much.
Well, I think, can you go back to 45? It's a small change, but for IDK, the
that is so big.
Very annoying change for IDK players.
Go ahead and read that off.
Yeah. So is an Abyssal Tendril a separate manifestation to the Incarnate of the Deep? And then the FAQ is yes. Each of the Abyssal Tendrils adds 1 to an opponent's banishment roll. So as you start getting out those tendrils, it's not all fun and games anymore. It actually just makes it easier and easier to banish.
Yep.
Yeah. So that kind of feels bad for IDK players, but I mean, yeah.
I still think it's a good enough manifestation that's all you'll see IDK run. Getting out that big thing
it's
just
free
nice.
still, right? As well.
Yep.
Yeah.
Caradron Overlords were due for a big nerf, unfortunately. I know that firsthand. They were quite oppressive with the Army of Renown. So I'll just get right into these changes. The first one is not again. Before, with the Admiral's or the flagship ability, you could double up on engine works on a single boat. You can no longer do that. You have to. It's 1 engine work per boat, so you're just going to have 2 engine works, 1 on each boat. It's not really that big a deal. The next change, which is it sucks, but it's not honestly the worst thing ever. Is the Sky Wardens. So the Sky Wardens at the end of every turn could do their timing charges to bounce out of combat and do mortal wounds. That's now only once per turn army, which honestly is fine. I only ever took 6 Sky Wardens. I know some people were taking 12, but that's just not an option anymore. You're never going to see 12. Salvagers no longer give +1 to hit if they flare an objective. It's now only rend to the Harpoon crew and other salvagers. And the Von Grimm Harpoon crew, their engine pack ability, where they get to like bounce between combats and stuff, that's now only once per turn army. So all changes that I think are just straight up healthy for the game.
Very good.
Yep. Go down. This though is a heartbreakingly big change. I'm not going to talk about what I would have preferred them to do, but there's just so many other things they could have done. The cutting edge engine packs ability that used to be double movement is now just pick 2 units, only within 9 of a vehicle, and they get run and charge. So not run and shoot, charge, just run and charge. So we can just move on from this.
Okay.
You'll never see the AOR again. Oh, Franny, this is your thing to talk about.
Stations. This just
yes. Yeah, so the Reaper, I think this one is actually a bit different than the other manifestations that we saw. I'm pretty sure the Reaper before actually had to be set up wholly within 9. So it getting buff
this is coming
12 is really nice.
Yeah, this is coming in line with what I had said earlier. It seems like they're changing all manifestations so that if you move, wholly within 12, outside 9. You don't move, wholly within 18, outside 3.
Yeah, I like that. I like that a lot more. Obviously, you get that extra 3 inches, but like you said, it just makes it easier to remember. Pyregeists. Okay, so I think Nighthaunt recently has been like not only Pyregeist, but we would see some pretty crazy lists.
Franny, relax. It has only been Pyregeist. That's it.
Yeah.
You don't try to bring it down. It has literally only been Pyregeist. Oscar, this is all your fault.
Yeah.
Been a thing for a while.
It's been hard because every single like the I think the ranking of Nighthaunt was pretty skewed because of these like Pyregeist spam lists where you see 7, 8 units. This is really going to change that for them. Now it's their end of turn light a pyre, where they do the D3 mortals. That's once per army now. I think that along with, we'll look at later, the points increase that they got. They went from 150 to 170. That's going to be big enough to turn. Like nobody's going to take 7, 8 of them. I still think 2 of them is still going to be pretty solid. I think more than that, I mean, I don't think you'll need, but the problem is they're also still super efficient. I think that's going to solve the spam, but I wouldn't be surprised if we still see lists with more than 2 of them, just because they're such an efficient unit.
For sure. Do you know what this Regiment of Renown changes?
Actually, I don't know what it is. I think.
Oh no, you know what that is? That is the Black Coach, the not Scourge, the OG.
Oh, yes.
Its ability to bring back a hero is what changed.
Yeah, I think that makes sense. I don't think it's that crazy, seeing as it's a regiment being once per turn. End of any turn. That might be the big change there.
Yeah, I think that's what it was.
Yeah, that's pretty good. If anything, I think that's great, because that Regiment of Renown, like I don't think anybody's taking it anywhere, so I don't think we'll see this impact anything, to be honest.
No, yeah, there's no way.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, let's see if anything changed for the Oryx. Anvil Smash's ability is... Oh, yeah, that just changed so that when Anvil Smasha, that hero, takes away your ward save, even if he dies, that unit still doesn't have their ward save. Relevant, but I don't think it really comes up too often.
Yeah, okay. Army of Renown. This was like the super OP whatchamacallit, right?
Yeah, roll a d3 each time an enemy unit ends move within 6 of a terrain feature that's trampled. I'm pretty sure that's still the same.
Vice versa.
At least that read's still the same. I think it's more just a clarification.
Yeah.
They even did that FAQ about that, so.
It's still the same. I haven't really
Yeah,
seen
they
it
have the
recently.
FAQ here about it too. Is damage inflicted on a unit that finished me within 6 of a trampled Gork train feature damage inflicted by a prayer ability? Yes. Oh, that's interesting. So things like the Null Chemist from Kale would actually give you a 5 up board from that. So that's kind of cool.
Yeah. Super rare though.
Yeah, that's rarely going to come up. On to Skaven.
Was there any Skaven
Nothing.
updates?
On to Slaves. Someone was saying that this change to the War Queen was pretty relevant. You change her ability to pick an objective that this unit is contesting. Roll a dice on a 3+ for the rest of the turn. Friendly Dark Oath units have a 5 up ward while they're contesting that objective. I definitely think, considering at the last couple tournaments we've all gone to, there have been some pretty decent Slaves players running like more and more Dark Oath. So I think, given this, you'll probably see some take the Queen and then some reinforced unit of Marauders and things like that, because 5 up ward on an objective is no joke.
It's not guaranteed though, but yeah. Roller days.
Yeah, true. It's a 3 up.
That this unit, he has to be on it as well.
Yes. Still, I think it's still pretty good.
Yeah, super good for sure.
These Soul Blight changes are not relevant. It's relevant, but it's the same thing we talked about before. Manifestations. This is all just the path to glory stuff, so I think we can go on to the point change now.
Perfect.
Talk about how we think it changes the lists, more meta lists that we see. So we'll talk about cities first, which that means Steven.
Yep, so Warforger, I don't think anyone's really taken it, but he is pretty good. I'm surprised they updated him. Calcitol everyone took, so that's
he won. How many points did the Warforger go up by? 10?
10. So it's not like that bad, but
still so weird though. Calcitol.
Yeah. Calcitol by 20, so it's just gonna be harder to fit everything, especially with all these like slight updates. Fusilier Major up by 10 as well, which is also, it's just like slight increases, which is making it harder and harder to make a list. The Command Core up by another 10 from their glory of 140 to 180.
Good.
That unit's so much fun.
Real quick with Command Core, I feel like every battle scroll that we get, they're getting more and more nerfed, but it's like it seems like it's not enough for everybody that's not a cities player. Like, where do you think it
they'll
ends?
still be taken, yes.
Yeah, they're 100% still going to be taken.
They 100% will be taken.
When these things like become unique, like, is that the fix? Like, I think that's a bit drastic, but I know people have been falling for that.
I always thought they should be unique because they're just like a dumb unit.
I thought it was more like, we don't need to talk about that. I thought it was more just like, if you made these guys, you could have one per regiment that might fix it. But sitting at 180, we might just see like 1 or 2 units now, which is good.
Yeah, or take one per marshal.
Hero. Yeah, per marshal. Yeah, that'd be cool. All right, great cannons. They went up again.
By 10. Brutal. So if you're taking cannons, you're already taking the formation, which that's 30, and then 3 cannons. So that's 30 there.
Crazy.
But it's just making it harder and harder to make a cannon list. Because you have to take also the marshal, who's still really good.
Yeah, the Warhawk.
The Warhawk, yeah. Wilder Corps were super good, but I never really took them. Them going up by 10, I don't think makes a huge difference.
Not likely. I saw them in a few lists. Like, I believe Fabian was running 2 units of them.
Mm-hmm. They were definitely worth 11 wounds for 110 is not bad. And then they had the can't be seen if they're within terrain.
Yes, yeah.
All the city updates. They're just nerfs to cities.
Good.
The hate on cities. Daughters Kane, who knows daughters?
I do. Honestly, these changes aren't super relevant. The Hag Queen going down is nice. The Iron Scale, this decrease on the Iron Scale, I don't know how much it changes the Marathi list, but one of the doc players, Mark, that I talked to a lot, he was talking about maybe switching to Marathi, but that might just be him thinking shooting's still going to be crazy relevant, because I think with the change to obviously obscuring, docs suffer from that with the Cauldron and the Shrine. But I don't think that's going to be super relevant. And I don't know how many points they had to spare, but I'm pretty sure the increase on... No, that's the increase on Crethusa. That's not even Scourge Crethusa. That is such a random increase.
Why no one took this one?
No, everyone takes Scourge Crethusa because she brings back the unit. Weird.
Yeah, I guess.
Fuck her.
Okay. Not many changes anyways, so...
No, I think Daughters are going to be in the same spot they've always been in.
Yeah.
This is a big change, though. Fire Slayer's got a pretty hefty increase on most of their stuff. Like, the Scales of Voltrix, the battle formation for the big boys got an increase. The Drothhelm got an increase. The Scourge Rune Sun on Magmadroth. The Rune Sun on Foot. The Rune Priest on Magmadroth. Like, it's just so much that they ended up losing out of that meta list you would see with all the Magmadroths. Like, 110 points out of that list. So one of the options that I saw was one of the guys was talking about taking Callus and Toll in it and dropping a Magmadroth to something else. I can't remember what it was, but that list is now like completely changed. So we'll see where Fire Slayer is.
In cities, can you take Callus and Toll, like the formation one?
No, you can't. No.
You cannot.
No.
Okay. Didn't think so.
All these are irrelevant.
Well, the whatchamacallits are finally the same points, so now you have the choice of either Echelon and Morcer Guard. Before it was kind of like, oh, you need 10 points, you take Morcer. But yes, nothing really changed. Thralls could be good. No?
Code Right went up in points to 90. It's an irrelevant change. He was dirt cheap before. He's still dirt cheap. The Scourge Code Right going down. I'm going to test him, but I don't think he's really that impactful the way his ability works. Like, he builds up vexing points and then he just nerfs the unit, but it still requires visibility. And with all this obscuring around, I think it's just not worth. Thunderers going up. Thunderers are good. I don't think they were good enough that they needed... I think the whole reason they went up in points was just because of the Regiment of Renown. So the increase on the Code Right and the increase on the Thunderers was necessary for that ROR to go up, I guess. And the Harpoon Crew, they needed this. And there's nothing more to say about that. 120 is a good spot for them.
And then the formation costs 10
Yeah,
points.
the formation is so weird that they made the double artifact formation a further 10-point increase, so it's now sitting at 20. And then the 6-up ward on... I don't know, why would you make this 10 points? It's a 6-up ward save for the Von Grimm balloons when they're on an objective, and now it costs 10 points. Like, nah, I'm good. Probably not going to take that unless I have it. The Burst Grenade costing 10 makes sense. That's the artifact to take away a ward save.
Yeah, okay.
Lumineth. Twins went up. I don't know. The Scourge, Light of Eltharion going up makes sense just because that unit is so good. But the Twins, I felt they were good where they were. No one's going to take Lyrian or whatever his name is. Calgrave going down. That's very nice. That's the Manifestation Summoning Wizard. So I'm pretty happy to see him go down. I really like that guy. Lore Seeker going down.
Lumineth win here. Like, I thought actually Light of Eltharion was going to get hit a little bit harder.
Yeah,
it's
so did I.
Auto take, and it's so good.
Still an auto take.
Oh, it definitely is. 100%.
Plus 10 is nothing.
No,
you're not really getting
what that unit's doing,
and not on a hero too. It's like, okay.
The other ones, there's no point talking about those ones. Stone Guard went up. Super unnecessary. It is what it is. But Wind Chargers went down. Hell yeah. I love that. Wind Chargers are the bow cavalry. Here you go, Franny. Talk about all this nonsense.
Yeah. Okay, so Seraphon got a lot of green. That's good. The bad is it's green on things that don't really matter in terms of heroes that we're looking at. Like the monsters here. Full Blood and Carnosaur. It's not the soggy version.
Yeah.
Scarvet on Agrodon. Nobody really took that. Scarvet on Carnosaur. Even less people took that.
That was a thing.
The Oracle on Trog is actually pretty
My
cool.
my favorite model, man. I hope that guy gets
Yeah.
run more.
I would say out of those four, the Trog getting a bit of a points buff is pretty nice. I don't think the 10 points is going to be super impactful. But if we go down one more page here, this is where we get some like interesting stuff, at least for Seraphon. The Bastiladon with the solar engine is actually now cheaper than the Arca Sotek. It makes that actually a bit more compelling now. At least myself, I never really played around with it. It was always more expensive than the Arc. But now with it being a bit cheaper, it could be pretty cool. When it pops off, it does really cool stuff. 2-up save, 12 wounds is always going to be really nice. The spawn of Kotek, I've actually been seeing them pop up in quite a few GT lists that are doing pretty good now. The interesting thing with them, like their ranged attack, sure is pretty good. That one shot that can reduce saves, interesting. But I think where they're doing really good right now is they're actually really good in combat. They can do quite a bit of damage. So I'm excited to see more of the spawn of Kotek. Where my heart gets ripped into pieces now is my beautiful Raptidon Chargers. Minus 10 points, not a huge deal, but like when
Plus
you're running
10
4
points.
units of them, or yeah, sorry, they're up 10 points. When you're running 4 units of them, you know, it starts to add up pretty quick. But in saying that, I get it. They're super efficient for what they are. They do a lot. They run really quick.
Yeah, I think it was a justified points increase. Not that Seraphon were doing like crazy or anything, but we'll see how relevant it is.
I still think though with the Slans CP Celestial Reinforcements, that's actually a huge buff specifically to the Chargers. Being able to bring those back like consistently now, even if they're a little more expensive, it's just a buff no matter what.
So good.
So I would much rather guaranteed bring half this unit for sure.
It always bothered me that some armies were guaranteed and then some weren't. It was like just make it all consistent, please.
For sure.
On to Stormcast next. Where's Tomahawk when you need him? Krondys going down in points. I think that's actually pretty relevant. That big dragon is hella scary. So we'll see. It used to obviously be a staple in Stormcast meta lists, so I think him going down in points we'll probably see him more again. Bastion going down, also quite nice to see because that model is really good. That Lord Vigilant on the Griffin, I'm pretty sure that's the alternate model for Iridan. I honestly don't know exactly what he does. I remember that Elise was taking him for a bit in one of their lists, and I don't think it's going to be a relevant change because I think that model just isn't good enough. On top of most people just making Iridan out of that kit. Those are like that 2-man unit of cavalry. People, you don't see those. I know Johnny takes them in his Stormcast list, but I've literally never seen anyone else take any of them. Praetors, little bodyguards, they went down. That's actually kind of nice, especially with Krondys going down. That's like essentially, what is it? They went down by 10 points, is it?
Yeah.
You lose 30 points off that list. That's pretty sweet. That's not nothing. Paladors with javelins going up again. My God, just keep them where they were. They're just getting into like that Varengard price range. Like obviously not exactly that, but like they're just getting so expensive for a 6-man unit. They did not need that. Vindictors going down, that's actually pretty sweet. They're a pretty good infantry unit, so I'd like to see more of them. Yay, trees. Arch Revenant went down. Who cares? Drycha, not Scourge, went down. Who cares? Lydia Vines, worst character in the entire army, went down. Who cares? So terrible. Kronos the Great Sword's going down. That's actually sweet. 400 points for that reinforced 6-man unit of swords. Like, might actually mess around with that. That sounds kind of cool.
They're the same points as the Scythe, right? Yeah. Oh no, Scythes are
No, the Scythes are only 190. So like the 400 point and the damage is a lot higher on the, not a lot, it's higher on the great swords. They have that mortal wound charge ability, which is just, I think the mortal wound is just going to be pretty relevant. So we'll see. I'll test them out. Revenant Seeker is going down. Honestly, I haven't looked at their War Scroll in forever. I know they have the Thrumming with Life heal ability. They have the extra rally dice, but every Sylvaneth player just wants the Scourge ones. So I don't think it's relevant until that Scourge War Scroll is gone.
But the Scourge ones are 230. If you like spamming it, you get 180.
They're just so much better. They're just so much better. So I just don't think you'll ever see the regular ones. And this is just like a nice change. Both those enhancements had no right to be 20 points each.
Mm-hmm.
So having them go down, it's just like a nice quality of life change.
Next to Khorne.
Someone else talk about them. I honestly know jack shit about Khorne.
I don't know anything either.
I don't know much, but what I do know is Skarbrand going down to 20 points is apparently a pretty big deal for the is it the Army of Renown that
the regiment? Yeah,
right.
So he went down here, which means the regiment went down to 390. So I feel like you'll see that more. Sean is an advocate player of the Army of Renown for Khorne, which honestly might change because of the changes to Khorne's abilities. But he was saying that he got to upgrade one of his heroes because of these point decreases. He gets another Deathbringer by taking out something, so definitely relevant. The Mighty Lord on Khorne Scourge one went down. Yeah, it looks like just a bunch of the heroes went down for them. And then we get Blood Warrior decrease. Pretty good, I think. That unit is a chonky unit with a 3-up save, now going down to 190.
Blood Crushers, 140.
Good.
They're pretty tanky.
Yeah, I think it's... Yeah, I don't know how good the Blood Crushers are. That's the 2-up save unit, or they?
Yeah, they're not good, but they're 2-ups. Oh, I think they're still a 2-up save, but they're just super tanky for 140.
Oh no, sorry. Blood Crushers is the demon one. Mighty Skull Crushers also went down, but
this one, okay, yeah, this is the one.
Yeah, Bloodletters going down. That's pretty big. I think Bloodletters are such a good unit, especially in Legion of the First Prince.
Yeah, I think it all compounds too, right? Like Blood Warriors, Bloodletters, those aren't units that you run one of, right? You're running
definitely. Yeah, exactly.
Units.
So you're now getting like 60 points
20,
off.
40, 60 points off. That's huge.
Disciples of Tzeentch. Thaumaturge. I don't know. This is weird. Zangor's went up and the Scourge Thaumaturge went up because I guess like a good amount of the Tzeentch lists were running that like Zangor spam and then him bouncing around. It's not honestly super relevant. Curseling going down, you're not going to see him. Gaunt Summoner going on foot going down, you won't see him. In my opinion, at least. The Artifact, the Nine-Eyed Tome getting that point decrease. Just, again, nice quality of life change. Didn't need to be 20 points. Slaanesh. Hell yeah, Lord of Hubris. He's like that dude who's like, fight me, bro. I'll make you fight last or fight first. Still probably not going to see him over the Lord of Pain. He's just so much better. Mask going down. Hell yeah. Give me my girl. She's so good. I love that unit. I'm definitely going to try running her. The twins, you won't see the regulars, I think, but there's definitely an argument to take these Scourge ones. It's just finding that balance with the amount of... Because Fiends got an increase, probably because the twins got a decrease. So it's just finding that balance of what demon units and what Cyberite units take, because like right now for my Slaanesh list, I'm just looking at like the 9 Fiend Bloods, the Scourge ones, and then a bunch of Cyberite infantry, just because Invaders is just that good, especially on a lot of these battle packs, or these battle plans. So I don't think you'll see them too much. Invaders obviously got the 10-point increase because it's just such a good battle formation. The pendant quality of life change going down by 10 points because no, you don't see it that much because everyone's taking Invaders, everyone's taking Cyberite, meaning you're going for the +1 attack artifact, not the heal.
Makes sense.
Yep. It's a nice change making the Infernal Taurus go down, but I don't think it's that crazy.
30 points, but yeah, hero. That's not going to help a whole lot. The Sentinels? Which guys are these? Are they taken?
That's the other version of the Bull Centaurs. So the Bull Centaurs are the guys that have the crit mortals and do like Vanguard-esque damage on the charge. The Sentinels are the ones that like get fight first if they countercharge, but they have significantly less damage than the Bull Centaurs.
And you have to countercharge.
Yes.
So it's super hard.
Yep. The Dominator engine with Bane Maces went down. Good. That thing was way too expensive for what it did. Maggotkin, you see no changes, obviously, because their book is coming in January. Oh,
Next
there
to
you go,
Skaven.
buddy.
Deathmaster. This guy's just slowly going up because people are spamming him. Plague Furnace. I'm actually surprised. I guess a lot of people are taking that. I didn't even notice it went up. I'm surprised they increased this with the War Machine update as well, because you could shoot it.
That's what I was thinking too. I was like, I feel like with that update alone, you'll see less Plague Furnace. And
yeah,
because it was always that Scourge Bell Plague Furnace combination, but like a big part of that was people love Master of the Paths and Intercept for whatever reason. Master of the Paths, I understand. I do not like Intercept. But then you go into a Skaven player who's got an unshootable Bell and an unshootable Furnace. So
Thanquil, 20 points, actually not too bad.
yeah, it's a nice decrease there.
Vizix down by 20 as well, also super helpful.
Yes, him slowly getting a point decrease every battle scroll is hella nice. I love that model, love his abilities. Just don't want to take just him and 200 clan routes.
Light pack at 130. That's a priest as well, so maybe it's worth taking instead of the furnace.
That's true, yeah. Really good prayer lore. They can still benefit from obscuring.
And you can respawn them.
Skaven got so many point decreases.
The Warp Blaster, it's probably worth it at this point. It'll be comparing
120 points, yeah.
That versus a Warp Lightning Cannon, I guess. If you're taking one or the other. So it's the same. I'm actually not sure which one's better. Storm Fiend's down another 10 points. 240 is actually pretty good since you can respawn them. I think Storm Vermin at 110. Are they worth spamming, maybe, with, what's his name?
Crit Talk, because he gives like +1 to wound, right?
Yeah, and then you get 2 moves. So even if you take like just 40 Storm Vermin, that's a lot of Storm Vermin, that alone. 4 up save, 20 wounds. It's probably worth. More Fire Throwers down by 10, but they're the same as Giselle's, which those slowly went down as well.
I feel like, Giselle's are probably just better.
Probably. Unless it was working when I took that other formation, so maybe Warfire Throwers would work. The Regiment of Renown, the Chaos one that you're talking about.
Yeah, because and that one did also go down, so that's kind of true, yeah.
You need something to like hold the units for the Warfare Throwers to be good.
Yeah, you want to pin them, and being able to pin with a 2-up save Chaos unit is pretty fucking good.
So maybe worth it, but see you later.
Slaves to Darkness. So many decreases.
Bellacore went.
Yeah, Braxa. Maybe we'll actually
I haven't seen her in forever.
Maybe we'll actually see her Army of Renown be played with the decrease on her and the decrease on Vanguard as well.
I don't think Bellacore really makes a difference. Demon Prince, are they good? No?
Bellacore makes a difference because Legion of the First Prince, I think we're going to see that played a ton more. That's where you get like the slaves units, like Bellacore leading the demons and stuff.
Right.
And they all have like their own unique abilities. I think that point decrease is quite significant when you add it on to the point decrease of all the demons. But yeah, we got just a ton of increases on like the Demon Prince, the Dark Oath Chieftain on Steed, Chaos Lord on Karkadrax, Scourge Abraxa. Chaos Warriors down to 190 seems super fucking good. 3-up save, 10 wounds, 190 points can be marked. I don't know. That seems crazy.
I think they like always been good, and their attack profile's not bad. It's like 2 attacks and then +1 if you're on objective or not.
It's more about how wound dense and tanky these guys.
Oh yeah, they're super tanky.
And then this is just all the Legion and First Prince stuff.
So everything went down here. Okay.
Yeah, that I think that is going to be quite a good army now.
Vanguard 320. What were they before? From like 280.
They went down by 10. Oh, you mean like way before? Yeah, they were so cheap.
Yeah. Perfect.
Franny, you still there?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, there we go. Flesh Eater Courts. Very surprised. They did not get the nerf that I thought they were going to get. Franny, you can talk about this one if you want, because you faced our resident number one Feck at a recent GT.
Yeah. I'm shocked like you are. Like I thought they were going to get a lot more decreases across the board, but not even looking at this. Yeah, sorry, increases. Without even looking at this, I know the other playstyle effect, which was that big Monster Mash list. I thought we were going to see some increases on the Terrageists, the base zombie dragons. Nothing. I guess we're not too worried about all of that. 10 points here and there in terms of the Ghoul King on the zombie dragon, the Terrageists. I don't think that's gonna really change anything. I don't think that's impactful at all. If anything, seeing some decreases on if we go. Actually, I don't really see many decreases that make sense anywhere.
No, honestly,
impactful.
Just 2 increases on those mounted heroes, which I think Dylan, our captain, had said that it puts his list over by 10 points. So he probably just has to take out one monster and add some infantry, which honestly is probably better for his list. And then you're not going to see these units anyway.
No, not good.
No,
I feel like so. The Scourge Gore Warden was actually pretty good. You're not going to see that. Oh my god.
Vargal?
Fucking stupid Vargal.
Is he better than a Doom Wheel?
Everything's better than a Doom Wheel.
No. Looks like a lot down for Nighthaunt. Actually, a lot of changes for Nighthaunt.
Yeah.
A lot of increases and a lot of decreases.
Yeah. I started at the top, which was heroes, and then units.
It's a lot of really feel bad stuff, to be honest. Like, cool, we got 20 points off Allrack. Nobody's going to take them. Guardian of Souls down 10. Kind of cool, but the real issue is Lady O going up 20. Lady O is really good. I don't think she was plus 20 points good.
Nah.
Cruciator going up 10 points. Again, also really good model, but I don't think he was an issue that needed that increase. Reichnor going down 20. Again, really cool War Scroll. I don't think he is going to see a ton of play. I've been talking to a few Nighthaunt players, and they're all kind of on the same boat of, while he's awesome, he's probably not going to see a lot of GT competitive lists. I'd love to be wrong on this because he looks super fun, but I don't think it's going to make much of a difference. Going to our regular infantry, I think the biggest hitter here is Pyregeist. We alluded to it earlier. Going up 20 points, plus getting their big D3 mortal now being once per army. I think, again, that kind of kills the spam. 1, 2, maybe 3 units can still be good because they're just super point efficient. For anybody that doesn't know, they do more damage if you include their shooting in melee than the premium units, which is the Grimgas Reapers, the Blade Geists. Yeah, they're really good. So I think their efficiency, we'll still see them on the board, but not spammed anymore.
The real question
caught a bunch of random strays.
Why did Chain Rasps catch strays? What were these boys doing that they deserved an increase? And the Craven Throne Guard, get the fuck out of here.
The Craven Throne Guard makes no sense to me. They're neat, but they were not super impactful. Chain Rasps, again, if you spam a whole bunch of them, they can be pretty impactful. But other than that, like I think most lists that were running them pretty efficiently ran like maybe 2 units, and the biggest thing that they have is that deployment phase move. I mean, I don't know. They're good screen, but I don't think they needed that increase. Same with Glaive Wraith. Glaive Wraith had their day in the sun when they first got the War Scroll change, where people were spamming them, but like nobody really used them, so it's not really impactful anymore. Banshees going up, I don't get it. And then the
like you'd
coach
see
also
16 sometimes, but like by no means were they an oppressive unit.
Yeah,
Yeah.
well, see, my problem with it is I understand the nerf to the Powergeist because you don't want, one unit that is super crazy to be spammed 8 times, but also at the same time, you need to give people like other list building tools.
Like, why
And
did your other base infantry not go down by 10 points is the craziest thing to me.
yeah,
Like
yeah,
the
I
only
agree.
thing you got is Hex Wraiths. And
Oh my god, I don't want to see Hex Race spam just fill up everywhere.
That's
Scourge
the real
King,
issue with the army right now.
What is his name? The Scourge, Lady O's
Kurdos?
husband. Yes, Kurdos going down the Scourge War Scroll. That's pretty cool though.
Yes, yeah,
Because
I agree.
I really like that War Scroll.
Yeah, honestly, even the non-Scourge War Scroll is really good too. Command point denial or just making you spend more resources is something that shouldn't be slept on.
For sure.
Black Coach, again, I think that's another warranted increase. Only up 10 points, but almost all the lists were running them. But yeah, I think Nighthaunt needs some retooling when it comes to points. They need to really take a look at those premium infantry units.
We'll see where the army lands in a couple weeks.
Yep.
OBR, Bone Shaper going down doesn't even matter. That's pretty cool though. This guy, the Master of the Bone Tithe, he has one of my more favorite abilities in the game to make certain abilities cost a command point for an enemy unit once per game. Him going down, I think you're going to see him played more. He's quite a good unit. The Crawler going down was something I did not expect. Now it can't be obscured, like hiding and then moving out and shooting and stuff, but like it's a really good unit. So I think you're definitely going to see these come out more along with the Harbingers. OBR just eating good this war battle scroll for sure. Nothing here is relevant. It's a bunch of random garbage heroes getting decrease in Soul Blight that just doesn't matter. I think Soul Blight will still be in just fine place if people start messing around with that monster hero list a bit more.
Gloom Spites. I actually don't even know what this unit is.
Which unit is it?
Rabble Rouser. Really cool. He deep strikes.
That's one that gives a run to the monsters and stuff. You're not going to see him unless it's in like his regiment that he has. He went down because his regiment of renown went down.
Yeah, actually, there's been a few lists that run him pretty good. I'm happy to see that drop a bit. That's nice.
I think all in all, Gits, they have like a budget increases on a lot of things you'd expect, like the Doom Diver Catapult, the Boingrot Bounders, the Wolf Cav. The Wheel Boss? No, that's the Sunsteel Wheels.
Yeah. I don't think the Wheel Boss went up.
No, he didn't. But I think Gloomspite, even with all these hits and obviously the changes to obscuring and the Chariot's ability as well, I think they're still going to be in a good spot. As long as people veer away from trying to run the Troggoth armies, stick to Moon Clan and Squig stuff, and you're going to be A-okay. That army is still very good.
Yeah, for sure. And not much changes, except for the wheel.
It's obviously significant changes, but significant changes that are just good for the game.
Mm-hmm.
Ironjaws, Jackie, where are you? Jackie and Vince, you guys should talk about this stuff for us. Megaboss going down. I'm pretty sure I heard Vince shit on this guy constantly. The Maw Crusher going up? Why? Tusk Boss? Why? I don't know.
These are just regiment. Is that why?
Yes. but I don't see why that regiment even needs to go up in points. Like, I don't know. It's just so weird. Somewhere out there, Sabetti is crying for biggest pigus. Brute Rage is going down. That's kind of cool, though. Same with the Scourge Gore Grunters going down. That unit is quite good. Vince and Jackie were both talking about that a lot in the last 2 weeks, so I'm sure they're both happy to see that go down.
Next to Cruel Boys, some heroes down by 20. Swamp Boss.
Oh my god, yeah, but nobody was taking Gobstrak. Jackie was just talking about Scumdrek, though. He has like a decent combat profile with like an okay ability. So both him and his Scourge equivalent went down in points. So I definitely think you're going to see people run them.
And then no other changes.
Nah, Cruel Boys are sitting good. Ogres, this is such a crazy change. Like, I don't care about the Thunder Tusk and stuff. They both went down. I still don't think you're going to see monster trucks again. The Scrap Launcher, that's a unit, I guess. But OG Iron Blaster went down. Scourge is still better. But Iron Guts went down. Mournfang, who cares? Gluttons went down. Like, that just seems so crazy. I can now go back to my like original ogre list, and I'm actually pretty excited to try that out.
All the same. Sons, I don't think this affects anything, right?
Sabetti was pretty happy that the Scourge Kraken Eater went down. I don't know if he was like sarcastically happy. I actually didn't pay attention to his message, but
yeah, you got 20 points.
Yeah. I can't see 20 points mattering for Gargants.
No, it totally matters when you're working with like 500-point models.
Mm-hmm.
It actually does. We'll see.
I guess. Well, if you're taking Kragnos, I guess because
exactly.
You need 40 points there, so then you got 50. Okay.
You're not playing Sons without Kragnos, so.
And then all the Regiment Renowns, which there was a lot of decreases here. Kind of crazy.
Yeah, because it goes along with all the decreases in points.
Mm-hmm.
All right, go ahead for any talking about some of these.
Okay.
Yeah, honestly, I don't think any of these really, really matter. I think where we should look are where we get the increases. So if you go down one, I think the biggest one, the most impactful one, is actually Skyport Profiteers.
Yes, that was.
This is something you saw everywhere.
Very healthy change for the game. That you saw it in every Order army that could take it.
Yeah, absolutely. I think plus 30 points. I still think it's good, honestly, at 350. Like, but I mean,
God, that's so expensive. Oh my god.
Yeah, but again, some armies that need it, they'll pay the extra 30 points. They'll find a way.
Yeah,
but it really makes
Seraphon will still see it.
Yeah. Every Seraphon list that was doing well had them. So
yeah, interesting to see that the Callus and Toll got an increase in cities, but their ROR did not get an increase.
Yeah, that's why I was kind of like, it might be worth taking this one instead, if you could in cities.
Yeah, which you cannot.
Yeah.
Go Trek? What about Go Trek? At 3.
Who's Go Trek?
Okay.
No, I'm kidding. It's a decrease. He's so slow.
He's got to be at like 280 or 260.
Yeah. Oh, the battery. The HOH Hellsmith battery went up. Justified because it's. I think some people are still going to try to run it. How much did it go up by?
40 points. It's at 380 now. It's huge.
Okay, maybe we won't see it. That is an insane increase.
I feel like it was really good, but like I don't think we saw it to a point where it was like a problem yet, at least.
Yeah.
And with the nerf to like you could shoot them as well. But I guess
I don't think as Hellsmith you're really worried about that. Like if someone's shooting your 8 wound 3-up save War Machine, you're probably okay with that.
Yeah, that's
another interesting one here is the exiled one, Scarbrand, pulling him minus 40 points. Kind of cool.
Crazy. Yeah. People got to be running that.
I'm excited to see more people other than running it and seeing how crazy it gets. I will also be excited to see Matt run it, mind you, but I think it's a really cool regiment.
Elidor's chosen.
Oh my god, we're
actually
gonna see
really
this. We are gonna see this everywhere now. Any Chaos Army that can take this regiment. My god, it's so
it is
good.
super good for sure. And this is what I was talking about before with the flamers for Skaven. Like if these guys
Yeah,
get them.
there was a minute there for a couple months where Steven was on quite a rampage with the Skaven list that featured this regiment of renown.
Yeah.
He did some pretty good results at a few tournaments, some RTTs with that. This is the Engine Coven. How much did that go down by?
50.
Oh man, I want to try this. That is a pretty sweet ROR. That's the Warp Blaster, which went down obviously. The anti-cavalry guns and the Warlock Galvanizer or whatever his name is. So it's like a big shooty chaos regiment of renown.
And you get one turn of like mega shots.
Mega shooting, yeah. So I think with the increase to the Hellsmiths regiment of renown, you might see some people test this Skaven regiment. I think it's pretty cool.
Yeah,
that's pretty sweet.
Hellsmiths are 24-inch range, right?
24 and 30.
Yeah, okay. And these guys are 18, so not a huge difference.
My god, so many of these regiments went down.
Yeah, I think this is like where the biggest changes are. A lot to go through.
I still just don't think you're going to see any of these. Like, dear God, Archon the Black, 2 Archai, and 2 Harbingers. Like, that is a third of your army. I just don't think people are going to take. I didn't even know that was a thing. Oh my god. That's a pretty cool ROR that went down, though, as well. Another shooting regiment of renown. The Cruel Boys one. 3 Bolt Boys, 3 Bolt Boys, and a Kill Bow. I actually really like that one.
320, it seems like a steal.
Yeah. Other than that, I don't think any of these other ones are super worth talking about. No one's taking Scumdrek and his little Hobgrots.
Yeah. For 10 points on the Hunting Hogs. I think the only person that's going to be sad is Sabetti, but I don't think 10 points really makes a difference. But again,
it messes
maybe
up
when it comes to Gargants, yeah.
We got 20 decrease on the other dude, right?
Yeah, but then with the increase for Kragnos as well in the past, that just really threw the balance off the list.
True. Alrighty, and that's...
Yep, that looks like it is everything. So thanks for listening, everyone. We are excited to see what comes in the next coming weeks leading up to North American Masters and a few other events here locally in January. We're excited to see how the meta shapes up with this Battle Scroll release.